Sometimes we just want to get work done, don't we? The hierarchical model, simple, easy. Can't we just tell people what to do and they do it? Wouldn't that be great? Not so easy. Team-based, hierarchical, self-directed teams. Sometimes it just feels like we're herding cats. Teams, if you want to look at how healthy are your teams, there's 3 components. It's like a tripod, 3-legged stool. One of these legs are out of whack, your team is out of whack. 1, Wanda, you brought it up, relationships, that I trust you and that I'm willing to work with you. Number 2, are we getting movement towards the results that we're dedicated to? Do we even know what results we're dedicated to? So that's the second one. The third one is, are you using a smooth process? Wouldn't it be great if everyone was an A player? So today, the next 27 minutes or so, is a large group conversation about how do we build up our community, because you shape that conversation. People look to you. They follow your tweets. They follow what you're saying and what you're doing, as well as what you're not doing. So there's 2 ways that we're going to have this conversation. Think about your A players and just shout out what word describes your A players. A players, pardon me? They're efficient. They're proactive. They've got critical thinking skills. Thank you, I like that one. They drive results. They're dependable. They're decisive. They're collaborative.
Here's what I learned from that experience, is that game changers do not live in the world of absolutes. They crawl in the crevices of possibilities.
One of the ways that I can tell a high-performing team is if I walk in and I can't tell who the leader is, because the team is managing its own dynamic.
A VUCA environment, I work with the military about how they process critical thinking and make decisions. And they use this term called VUCA. Has anybody heard of this term? Okay, so you learned something new, a couple of you. V stands for volatile. Things are in an unstable, shifting sands kind of position. U is uncertain, that you don't have enough information to make a good decision. C is it's complex. It's got a lot of moving parts and variables. And A is for ambiguous. There's no precedence set out for it. How many of you would consider that you're working in a VUCA environment? If you are, please say, oh yeah. You know, and especially when you're working in a VUCA environment, it is insane to rely on default thinking. Insane. So I suggest expansive thinking, and to do expansive thinking, you pause, you reflect, and you ask yourself, what are 10 other options? Now, those 10 other options might be completely crazy, but that's okay. At least you're exploring the possibilities.
We are going to be talking about, for the rest of our time together, about a model that you can use that will dramatically improve the efficiency of your coaching interactions, resulting in a constructive response from your employees. Would that be worth your time? I love it when a group gives a little bit of feedback. Yeah, even if you could be 10% more efficient, would that be worth your time? What about 20%? How does that feel when you know that is the rule, but it's not the rule? It doesn't make sense. So your response is, I must be wrong. Anybody thinking that out over there? Yeah, Kristin, you don't even know your own rule. And this is the challenge with the confirmation bias. Thank you, Laura, I appreciate that one. You know, this is the challenge with the confirmation bias, is that we know what the answer is, and yet when we get conflicting information, we tend to discount it.
and not pay attention to it. Game changers don't settle. They pause and they ask themselves, so what else? What are my other options? What are my other opportunities?
This is meant to be a conversation where we're just going to be tossing out some ideas. As an audience member, I make the request of you that you think about the one challenge that you are facing right now, organizationally or personally, and for the ideas that we come up with here, because we have just a very, very short time on this panel, is to bounce these suggestions and ideas and say, so what? How does that apply to your specific situation? Could it work? Could it not work? How might it work? But the question for our panel today is really, is that all there is?
It's your message. It's what you do, and it's something that comes authentically from your heart.
So that's a real theme that we're hearing about authenticity. Is there ever a time where you've gone too far and your efforts have backfired?
Oy. I want to see how embarrassing
in terms of pitching?
Yeah. Pitch slap. I love that term. That's a tweetable, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's some amazing things that you do in taking information, concepts, and ideas and designing them and molding them so that your tribe has access to them. Your tribe, maybe even the world. And by what you do, you give those people choices. And when people make choices, they make their lives better. And when you have a group of people who are making their lives better, you are inherently changing the world.